Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Paper Dungeon. This is episode 10 of our chapter 2. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. How you guys doing? Everybody still here? You guys still taking care of yourself, drinking lots of water? Good,
Gone.
good. We are super excited to be playing
Are you
tonight.
talking to us or them?
I don't care about you guys. I'm talking about the audience.
Oh.
We also, Lydia nearly died. We're not going to talk about it, but you guys should just give her lots of love. Just so you know.
It's not that serious, right? That's a really intense thing to say just to people.
That
didn't happen that way.
The title of the episode. Lydia almost died,
No.
Oh gosh,
Go for
we're
the clickbait.
clickbaiting now.
This is okay. Note to self: never share anything with DJ ever.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Lydia, just so for everybody's conscience, you're okay.
I'm okay.
Lydia,
I
it's
didn't
fine,
almost die.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
I might have been
What
overreacting
is
just a little bit.
happening?
Nonetheless, we are very excited to be playing tonight. We do have a few announcements as per usual to get through before we go ahead and get started. Starting with Lydia, since you never know when she's going to go, apparently. So
Shut up.
Hi guys. Guess what we have? Socials. You can find us on other social medias. We've got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got Twitter. Those are the good ones. Go to those ones. Yeah. Okay.
nice. We do have a few other announcements. Aaron's going to have our next one.
Yes, we have a website, www.thepaperdungeon.com, and on that website we have a merch store. It's pretty sick. You should go check it out. Speaking of merch stores, Lydia also has a merch store where you can buy stuff with her art. She does all of our overlays and all of our character art. Anything that you see on screen that isn't a camera feed, that's Lydia. So you can also commission your own art from her, and you should do that because Lydia likes money, as do we all. We also have a Discord, pretty rad. Show up there, be awesome, be cool. Our community is great. We've had a couple of new people show up, and we appreciate every single one of you. So hop over there. You also, if you are a subscriber on a Discord, that's where we're going to send you any exclusive subscriber stuff that you get. So if you want to be in the know, be on the Discord. Back to
Very
you,
nice.
DJ.
Thank you. And Grant has our last announcement.
Yes, hello, podcast listeners, audio listeners, and YouTube. Happy you're here. If you have the time on a Monday evening, please stop in, say hello, or Thursday afternoon if that suits your fancy better. There'll just be less of us there. Aaron's good to talk to, though, if you're in chat. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use that for a free subscription, help support us. And it's a really cool way to get our little emotes and among other things like in the Discord. Also, Patreon, we're going to be uploading a bonus episode, quote unquote episode, not in the main campaign, just a one shot. We're going to be uploading a bonus one shot this month on Patreon, which is quite exciting. So if you would like to get access to that, Patreon, $3 a month. If you want to kick it our way, help support us and whatnot, and you get that. I guess that's pretty much it. Also, Between the Rows, Sins of the Father is now currently on YouTube and soon on podcast. So
Nice.
Very
season 3 is
exciting.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Grant, does it have the repaired ending?
Yes, it does. It is all repaired. When we streamed the last episode, it's a little buggy, but yes, it's all repaired, all nice, and it's a good time. So go check that out.
Beautiful. I believe that is all of our announcements. Big thank you to anybody, actually, now I'm thinking about it, thank you to anybody that did support the missed manuscripts. I believe you can still buy those, but the
Yes.
donations matching is done, right?
We over the month of October with the donation matching, we raised over $300, almost $350.
Let's
which,
go.
especially for DM's Guild, is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Don't worry if you still want to get it and you're like, oh my god, I missed my chance to donate to Jasper's Game Day. Don't worry, they are still functioning. You can donate to them whenever.
You can donate to them whenever.
Also, any proceeds from the missed manuscripts will continue to go to them from now until the rest of the time. So don't have to worry about that. If you want to check out something cool that me and some other people that I know did while supporting a really good charity, you can still do that. That will last forever. You just won't get it to be matched by me and a couple other people and things. So
yes.
Really cool.
Cool. Yes. Big shout out to anybody that did that. Thank you guys very much. with that, I do believe that that is our last announcement or / thank you. Am I correct?
I
think so.
believe so.
Beautiful. With all that being said, Drew, let's go ahead and roll the intro for tonight's episode of the Paper Dungeon, shall we?
Welcome to Nico Muris, a world of lost legend and forgotten lore. As the world, still recovering from the decimation of the trial, approaches the turn of the century, ancient evil returns with a lust for darkness and ruin. Follow us into a planar conspiracy as powers beyond your imagination plot the downfall of all that is right and good. 3 years have passed since our heroes fought a war to reclaim a fallen land. Now, they must once again take up arms and write a new story, a tale of glory, fear, and fortune, as they make their way through the Paper Dungeon.
And we're back. So, I know it's been a long time, but in our previous episodes, our party has been making their way, trying to kind of figure out what they're wanting to do. They found Cather, and after doing that, they kind of were at a loss for where to go, what to do, what leads to pursue. And so they made their way to Athala to talk to the goddess Ceridol, one of the prime goddesses of the Pantheon, and get her take on this curse that Renaya was dealing with and some things with the rod that they have been kind of hunting down, pieces of the rod that they've been hunting down. And doing so, they were able to remove that curse, and also decided that it'd probably best to kind of lay off hunting for pieces of that rod, as that was like the third or fourth divine person who was like, hey, you should not touch that. It's really just a bad thing. So with that in mind, they now were kind of at a loss for how they were going to deal with the situation Renaya has found herself in, which is that of being controlled by, kind of bartered by the Prince of the Abyss, Baphomet. Not a good situation. Don't really like it. It's causing some issues with her relationship. It's a bad career decision. Just not really working out well for them. And so they have decided that they want to pursue items that will allow them to gain powers and strength enough to take on some of these more high-end divine beings, specifically that of Baphomet, and maybe potentially the Archfey and some of these other divine beings that are also causing some trouble. With this decision in mind, they decided that going after an ancient dagger known as the Dagger of First Deaths, would be a good use of their time. This dagger is the dagger that Asmodeus used to kill Orgol when the first death entered into the world. It has been around for many, many millennia, and the wielders of this dagger have an easier time either skirting divine laws that prevent different divine beings from really engaging in combat with each other, or it helps to strengthen and bolster someone who's going after one of these divine beings, especially if they're going after fiends in this particular instance. So they decided to talk to Grotz about it. Grotz, being the young child of Asmodeus, who doesn't really know things about his dad's past and all that type of stuff, had a vague idea of where it was, but they really were able to hone in on it when they talked to I'm forgetting her name. Triple Witch, would you remind me of your love's name?
My Duchess, Glacia.
Glacia, thank you.
Lord of the sixth layer of hell. Mother of the succubi.
Also imprisoned.
Yes,
Just
and in
saying.
jail.
Yeah, you know. Well,
Both warden and prisoner.
And she's hot.
Yes.
She's very hot.
And she fine.
Didn't she eat an apple?
God,
Once-
don't remind me.
The through talking with her, they were able to get some more detailed information on where this dagger is, who is currently in possession of it. And to their surprise, the dagger is currently in possession of the ex Archdevil, right? Ex Archdevil, yeah, devil. Bale. He used to be the ruler of, or not Bale, or Bell. I think he's Bell. I think that's how you pronounce
Ball.
You said
it.
Bell last time.
It's Bell. Yeah.
We'll go with
Good
Bell
old,
for
good old
continuity.
Bell,
Like the
Bell.
French word for beauty.
Like
or the
Liv Moss.
or
Or,
the
you know.
like the scooter company.
But it's spelled Bael, just for anybody that really wants to know that.
Bile.
Bale. So
Bale? Yeah, I guess that works.
they discovered that Bell is currently in possession of it. It was stolen from Asmodeus a number of months ago, or actually 3 years ago, if I remember correctly. And Bell has been holding on to it for quite some time, basically trying to find the right moment to make his move to regain his place as an archdevil, or potentially even try to overthrow Asmodeus in the long run. The dagger is being held within a citadel at the base of the Maggot pit, is what you guys discovered. So, with some help from Glacia, you went to Avernus and had a horrible, terrible, miserable time traversing the plane. This is a plane designed to make anyone and everyone who resides here suffer. There are constant pieces of jagged obsidian and rocks that almost seem to gravitate towards living things, and they almost unconsciously move to become in the way of where you're walking. And so you're constantly being poked and stabbed and cut, and lots of lacerations and all this type of stuff. That, along with the fact that it's extremely hot. So you're constantly dehydrated, you're constantly sweating, you're constantly probably in a stage of heat stroke, along with the fact that you're constantly losing blood. The air is poisonous as well. And so you're suffering as you're trying to breathe as well. You can only breathe the air for about 6 to 7 hours at a time before you could potentially die. And so thankfully, you guys have access to some spells that allow you to purify the air for a little bit of time while you take a rest. But overall, it's a horrible, miserable place. The only place that even compares to it is the Scarlet Wastes, which it's like the Scarlet Wastes are here, and then hell is here on the pain scale. It's just horrible. But you have made your way across, and where we ended our episode last was you guys on the rim of the Maggot pit, looking down into the void. You know that it's an infinite darkness. It's about 1,000-foot diameter pit with these almost cocoon-like objects that coat the walls, that are constantly being tended to and cared to by these 6-foot, 7-foot long, pale, translucent, milky colored maggots that constantly wriggle and writhe over these little cocoons. And there's thousands of them. It's
Grant's favorite.
disgusting. If you guys ever flipped over a rotting log and you saw that, or like an old bag
Yeah.
of garbage, it's that, but horrible.
Maggots is one of the things that gets to me. Like
Yeah.
specifically maggots. I don't know why.
Because they're disgusting and terrible. That's why.
They're really gross.
They're
What-
horrible.
Yeah, trigger warning for bugs.
So yeah, sorry if you don't like bugs.
A maggot isn't even like a bug. It's like its own category.
It's just maggots. Just
I
trigger
mean,
warning. if you don't like
technically,
maggots.
I mean,
I think it
it's
might be.
it qualifies as a larva, I think.
Oh, larvae.
Yeah, I mean, technically
does
they're
a baby
bugs, I
not
guess.
qualify as a
But-
human.
But a
But they're, like,
maggot,
gross and
but a
squishy and they
maggot
move.
is just a baby fly.
It looks
Anyway.
like it can get into you.
Don't.
we'll get to that
Please
later.
Stop.
continue.
Um,
I'm just saying.
Stop.
you
Stop.
guys sent pockets into the pit. There is kind of this like not I don't, how do I describe it? It's kind of like a spider web almost. That's probably about 100 feet down, but it's not like one spider web, like a net that goes across it. It's this intertwining entanglement of these webs that crisscross and create kind of this almost like a filter through the pit. And so you go down about 100 feet and you hit this filter, and Pockets was able to navigate through it. But there are these constant maggots that kind of traverse from side to side across the spider webs. It's really gross. But Pockets was able to make his way through the maze of webs and silk, and then descended for what seemed like forever. After a long time of Pockets not really knowing how fast he's going, where he is, not being able to see anything in the pitch black darkness, eventually he did see a faint flicker coming up from beneath him, as the air began to smell of burning flesh and sulfur. As he got closer, you guys discovered that there was this relatively small castle or citadel at the base of this pit that is constantly burning. Not in the fact that it's like the whole thing is on fire, but almost like it has these furnaces that are being fed and fueled by souls of the damned. These are souls that are not being turned into devils or demons, but it seems as if these souls are the fuel for this hellish furnace that you don't know what it's for. You don't know if it's creating something or if it's fueling something, like the fire is fueling something or what, but you can tell that there are souls that drift down through the silk and the spider webs and eventually find themselves here, where they're then sucked into the furnaces and they're burned, and you hear the constant screaming and all that type of stuff. You do know that inside of this citadel somewhere is the dagger of first deaths, potentially also Baal and whatever servants he has. Bel, not Baal. That is where we left off. So you guys are at the rim. What would you like to do?
And only Renaya saw what Pockets saw, right?
Yes. I do think that she was explaining as she went.
Yeah, she's vocalizing it all. She will tell Pockets to kind of like stay spot like where he is. I mean, obviously be invisible and hidden and out of the way of any kind of immediate danger, but just not really go any further kind of deal.
Well, guys, we tried. Time to go home.
Yeah, getting to the bottom of that pit is that's a long way down. How could we even begin to imagine?
Cather will sit down and begin to meditate and begin the process of ritual casting Find Steed.
Okay.
So he's going to do that for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, he's doing that. I'm also going to ritual cast Rary's telepathic bond.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Going to select us so that way we can all communicate telepathically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
How
long does that last for?
A while, like an hour or something.
It's like
1 hour.
Yeah.
Cool.
How far? So once again, how far down do we need to get?
Like a
A long way down. It was probably about at least an hour for Pockets to fly down there. Like 5 circles down.
How? None of us have feather falling, do you? Do we?
I mean, I do, but it only lasts for 60 feet. So.
Oh, so yeah, that's a little. You'd have to time that pretty well, huh?
Yeah. Let me.
I mean, to be fair though, we do know while it is like infinite darkness from what we can see at the top, we do know there is light at the bottom.
Correction.
So when we begin to see the light, we do know that we're getting closer to the bottom.
It slows to 60 feet for 1 minute. So for what 10
so
10
synchronize
rounds.
your watches, set a timer for
so
59
for 600
minutes.
feet. For 600 feet, I can fall. So as long as we get it within 600 feet,
We'll be okay.
it will be all right. Theoretically,
I can polymorph for an hour, so I think Edward's fine. But that okay, so
Fall
we got
for like
the
30 minutes and
polymorph.
you're good.
Yeah, and then I can just turn into a bird or something.
Okay, well, I mean, well, that's easy then. If Edward can polymorph, he can take himself plus one other person, and then I can take probably 2 people on my steed, and we'll be fine.
Ooh, but this
I
still
just
doesn't
like
answer the
that
question.
Abinthy, I love the idea of like Drew getting a Pegasus and then Abinthy like riding side saddle on the back.
Absolutely.
We also need to be careful because there's all those like things on the webs
Yeah.
and the bugs and the.
Yeah, and I mean we
Right.
could
The
be
things
we
that
could be
will
careful
eat
about it.
us.
So that's probably going to be an obstacle, but
Yeah,
These
hopefully
webs,
not a
Renaya,
huge obstacle. Hopefully.
from what you saw, do they look big enough to like keep us in the web?
The webs themselves. So it's an intricate. If you guys have ever been to like a ropes course, like a high-end ropes course, stuff like that, you know, where there's like things, there's ropes and wires and cables like crisscrossing everywhere. That's kind of what it is. It's almost, it's like a cave that's filled with spider webs, or like whatever the giant spider in the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Shelobs. It's like that kind of an area where you're like you walk through it and you're constantly being touched and tangled and stuck to spider webs.
Okay,
So it's
so
kinda like
these
that.
are
And they're
they'll
big enough.
catch ya.
Yeah, they're big enough. Each strand is probably like, 4 or 5 inches in diameter.
like a steel cable.
Yeah, they're like solid steel cables. You got to remember they're like 6-foot maggots that are traversing across these.
Yeah.
if Pockets would have gotten caught in that, he would have been a snack.
That's true.
Abinthy,
Pocket
you
already
have
is a snack.
He's probably
Facts.
crunchy. Probably crunchy.
What the
Abinthy,
heck?
Look at
you
shit.
have, you have
He's
some
got
decent
the
long range.
endoskeleton or whatever they're called, probably.
Exoskeleton?
That.
But he was a bat.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Screw you.
That is the question. If when he's polymorphed, is
Wait,
he,
how
if
could
we eat him,
Renaya see anything if he was a bat? Answer me that, DM.
How could Renaya see anything?
Okay,
Bats have really bad vision,
Bat-
but the bright burning citadel at the bottom of a pitch black darkness, where it's literally the equivalent of night
I
and
don't
day.
know. The
pretty
continuity
sure-
of this
I'm
scene
pretty
is
sure
pretty
My
Bats-
passive perception is 25.
Bats
Some of
actually
that
have
has
like
to
a
carry to
normal,
Pocket.
like, vision.
That's true.
Like they're not actually blind.
It's just a bat, but the eyes are Renaya's human
And
eyes.
also, in the echolocation,
Oh
yeah, that's true.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow.
I guess,
But
yeah,
it's
with
a little bat,
echolocation,
so it's like wow.
the bat would still know about the cables and the maggots, I guess.
Anyway,
And the
okay.
maggots are spinning the
We're caught
webs.
on
There's
this.
no
We're
big
caught on this for
spiders,
way
right?
too long.
Okay, so yeah, so it's
we
going.
got 4 hours.
It's bad. It's not fun. It's not
Um,
going to be easy.
Abinthy, what kind of long range things can you do?
500 feet and out of this plane of existence.
What?
That's all I've got. I can teleport. I can.
No.
get us-
Long range, like attacks, is what I'm asking.
Oh, attacks? Oh, plenty. What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, we're gonna need somebody to cut down these cables of web as we descend.
Oh.
Abinthy goes to the rim and just
nervous.
fireball.
I don't know
Burn
if
his
fire would be that
hole.
effective.
We are
Because
in a
like
furnace.
these yeah, they have to be at least a little fire resistant. The one weakness of webs have been countered by being in hell.
It's probably pretty dark down there too. I suppose if one of us were to like use
What's
a
the-
light spell, right?
What's the
And then like
likeliness
I don't know.
of
I-
these webs being able to conduct electricity?
We all have dark vision, right? Except
Jeez.
Tripowitz.
Except for triples.
I think I
don't
do
know.
have. Yeah.
Let me look up something. What
I think-
is the
Conductivity.
yeah, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Conductivity
Have a web.
of
My
spider
gosh.
webs.
They just
We're
catch
Probably
to
on
a
pretty
fire.
weird
low.
They
place
just catch on
today.
It's a
fire.
non-conductive material.
Yeah,
I
they just
do have dark vision.
they just catch on fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody except Abinthy.
I don't need it. I'm just that good.
We know.
He says as he
Oh,
fixes
we
his
know.
glasses.
All right. Anyway,
Squints.
So let's just nail this down right here, right now, while we're all talking about it. We are committing to going into this pit, right? We could still turn around.
of course we're going in. Why would we not go in?
Okay.
I don't see any problem with going in.
Edward is
You know,
the
I just had
equivalent of
something on my
Shaggy and
schedule, and
Scooby.
this is an hour of falling. Saying.
Was it what was on your schedule? I'm the only one who can get you out of here. What's on my schedule is on your schedule.
Nap time.
Nap time. We
You
just
can't
woke
even
up a little
breathe.
bit
Do it
ago.
on the way
We
down.
just woke up.
That's fair. Yes.
You actually can't
Okay,
do it
well,
on
I
the way down. You're
suppose
the one
whenever
flying.
we're
You're pretty
ready,
enough.
let's
You're
cast our
beauty
spells.
sleeping,
Let's
All right. So
That's-
what? Okay.
better now than never, I
Anyway,
suppose, before something finds us.
I will summon in honor of our late friend. I will summon a warbat.
Nice.
Wah.
Whoa.
Wah.
Wait, I can use my voice changer.
Do it. Oh my god.
Ew.
Wow.
Is that good?
That
Is that too
was
loud?
Amazing.
That was awesome.
That was pretty great.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So,
And I'll name him Karat.
Karat. Nice. So, Cather spends 10 minutes summoning a warbat. During that 10 minutes, Triple Wits links you all up telepathically. Renaya and Edward, are you guys going to do anything in that 10 minutes?
You want to play like rock paper scissors or something?
But guys, I figured it out.
Yeah, actually, I'd love to fill the time while I can, so I can ignore that I'm in hell.
Okay, parchment, boulder, shears. Let's go.
Parsnip, boulder, shears. What'd you say?
You-
I also did
Parchment.
shears,
boulder,
It's parchment.
shears.
Yeah.
and we're
Parchment,
doing
boulder,
it on
shears.
snoot.
Shears.
Okay.
Okay.
Parchment, boulder, shears, snoot. I win.
Alright, so you get to go down
You take
first.
a step forward to do your paper,
Oh,
and you
shoot.
step on a little spike in the middle of like the arch of your foot.
Ah! My
Question.
foot.
Dan,
Yes, Aaron.
are there any like detached medium-sized boulders? Like not like big, but like big enough that all of us could fit on them at once.
So bigger than like an Atlas stone, but not like an. Okay,
A
I get what you're saying.
mountain. I
Yeah.
need a rock. You know
Uh-huh.
the
It's not
earthbender
just a
rocks
boulder.
where they just pick up a
It's a
rock and then everyone is like they're like pushing the whole rock with it. I need that
Uh-huh.
rock.
I
Uh-huh.
need that wrong.
I both love this idea and I'm terrified of
What are
it.
you?
What are
What are you trying
you?
to suggest, Aaron?
He's gonna
Look.
chuck a rock down the pit.
No. That's a even. I rolled a 16
should
on
roll
die.
some
It's
dice
a
again.
strong
This
first
is
roll.
this is giving me the vibes of the TikToks
What do you-
where they like drop ice off a bridge
What are you trying
and
to
then it like
accomplish?
shatters and then
Oh.
they go nice.
I love
Those
those.
TikToks are very satisfying.
What are you trying to
Wait,
accomplish here?
What's the
Apathy?
game where you can push boulders off of hills? Did I dream that, or is that a real game?
I'm guessing you dreamed that.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
No,
Uh,
I've never
can't do
played
that.
that.
Minecraft.
The rock can't do that in Minecraft.
I mean, if
you got a big rock.
if it's gravel
Okay,
and it's like stuck.
okay.
Yeah, you
floating,
find a rock. It's
can-
probably
Yeah,
about
yeah,
10
there you
feet tall, probably about a 20-foot circumference. You know,
Oh,
big enough that you could all sit on it.
that gives us just breathing room. That's
Put a saddle on the rock, push it
I
off
was
the hill.
investigating
just
the
a
spells
small
that are-
Right.
This is like SpongeBob with the rock was there,
Right,
like
the
riding
rock
the
down.
rock.
Just like
I was-
breaking through the spider webs.
I was investigating the spells that I
Yeehaw,
have,
boys.
and it turns out fun little spell. The spell levitate.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I was
Good
like,
spell.
oh, let me look at it. Bummer, it only lasts for 10 minutes. But then, like a smart person, I decided to read the whole spell. And the last sentence of the spell is when the spell ends, the target floats gently to the ground if it is still aloft. So if we just levitate the rock, have Cather pull it with a bat, we get below the pit of webs, and then we just let the spell end and we'll just float until we hit a bottom.
Say it again.
We have
Right?
infinite featherfall. Basically,
Yeah,
that's all
I
that
I
matters.
like
We
the
have-
idea.
We're
Let's
just gonna
do
make
it.
an elevator.
Let's do it.
Let me just.
Can
just-
we? Why don't?
Look-
Yeah.
look at
Why
the
don't we
spell
just
real
put a
quick.
What
bucket
could
of water
possibly
down.
go
down?
wrong?
Let me just pull out a book real quick, because that's.
I like the idea of
Coolest
infinite
use of-
featherfall.
levitate I've
we
ever
can
heard.
we can either
Dude, this
put a
is
bucket
like-
of water
yeah,
down
this
at
is
the
the
bottom
most useful
or
levitate has
our
ever
bed,
been.
like lay a
Yeah.
bed down.
MLG water bucket, everybody.
Yeah, we're
I'm
about to
just saying, it
MLG.
works.
We're about to MLG, but with a boulder.
Wait,
this
up
doesn't
to
work,
Okay,
we
but
just
make
fall
sure
to
you
our
don't
death.
sleep in the bed because if
Okay,
we're
that
in
is
hell,
true. I
so
do
then
need
the
this
bed's gonna
rock to weigh
explode.
less than 500 pounds.
You need it to be half a
Good
ton.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, how big?
We're
how
less
heavy
than
is this
that.
rock?
Wait,
How heavy is the rock?
we're more
Yeah.
than that.
Well, rocks are very heavy. Like the boulder that I just described to you.
I
would
mean,
probably
it
be like
depends
6
on
tons.
it depends on what material it's made out of.
Yeah. What if
this
we
is-
turned it into
this is
styrofoam?
This is a hell rock.
Yeah.
It's very-
I know for a
it's very
fact
porous
hell
material.
rocks are much lighter than
What if it's just a
material planes.
fungus?
Half a ton.
It's just a big fungus.
It's just bubbles.
Oh, a ton is 2,000.
Gravity is crazy.
What?
Okay. Half
I mean,
ton.
worst comes to worst, I can like undo my pack, lay out the spools, tie them together like a raft. Like we could work with that.
Mm.
I just need look. What's happening is we will find something that is at least 500 pounds that we can all stand on. If it's this rock, I can also work with that.
You could also
Okay.
wait. What if
So
we took like a
just-
rope, tied it around all of us?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a-
And
just so you
levitate
know.
the rope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at this,
It's not a bad idea.
a 1 ton boulder is about the size of a person.
Okay.
So you got about half a
like
person.
it like as tall as a person, like 6 foot
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
And like 6
Okay.
foot, like 6 foot radius.
Yeah. So I would say with your half a ton boulder that you can levitate, you can fit one person on it.
Hey, Katha, do you have your surfboard?
Okay. So
No.
you said how
Bag
wide
of
was the boulder
holding,
that we
dang,
have?
Really?
The boulder that you currently have is
I don't know, DM.
probably like
Hey,
10 tons.
Hey DM, what's the likelihood that I have my surfboard on me in my bag of
I don't know.
holding?
You have the bag of holding.
No. Hold on. I'm not done here. I
Like
got stuff.
Cather just
I got
carries a
options.
surfboard.
I
with them
mean,
at all times.
I didn't ask how large the rock was. I said how like what was the diameter of this rock?
I'll say that there's this rock, which the diameter would have been like 12 feet or something like that. And then there's
Okay.
a rock next to it that the diameter is like 3 feet. And that's the one that you can lift up with your thing, just so you know.
This is
No.
so much math and science. I like the idea of us doing the steed and the polymorph. I think that's
Yeah, that
cool.
seems like
Yeah,
way
that's pretty
simpler.
easy.
I
Except
I
in
know.
Spy
Especially
Kids
because-
3.
You're like
Because-
hacking the system.
See, here's
I
the
know.
thing. Here's the thing,
My
Aaron.
favorite
Aaron,
thing-
I like your rock idea, but the fact
I
is,
like
only
it.
one person can fit on that.
No, I can just
Yeah, screw
transmute
your rock idea,
to
dude.
make a thin sheet of rock, levitate it, and then lower us down.
Hold on.
But that-
Remember in
oh,
Spy
okay.
Kids 3 when they used those jagged rocks to like snowboard through the lava?
It's a shame there's no.
What does that have
What
to
I'm
do with
saying is,
anything?
I don't know if Edward's polymorph will last long enough. Could only last an hour, and who knows what trouble we're going to have getting down there.
Yeah,
And
there's
then if we
maggots and
fall and
spider
die,
webs.
it's going to be real awkward.
That is a fair.
It would be
point.
awkward if we die.
That is
Yeah.
true.
If
But
you
I
want
also
to
Levitate
polymorph
What if
doesn't
we-
require it.
the half ton rock into like a sheet that's like,
Yeah.
6 foot wide or like 8 foot wide that you guys could stand
there-
on, sit on.
Is there a way to
That's
cheat
okay.
in D&D?
Yes,
That's what I'm trying to do.
I would say that's possible. I would say that you could probably do that.
Yeah,
The rock thing?
I want to do that. I'm going to
Let's try
transmute
it.
a thin layer of stone below a sheet of rock that would weigh within the limit that I have. Turn
Yeah,
that to
yeah.
mud, so this sheet slides off. I'm
Mhm.
gonna cast levitate on said sheet of rock, and then just turn it over. So it's just a table.
This is actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'd work. It's like a
And
little
then-
raft like in Titanic and nothing
and
went
then I'm
wrong there.
gonna just I'm just gonna poke a little hole in it. I'm just gonna
I like the
pop a little
idea.
holes and tie a rope to Cather's bat.
I love the idea of all of us just standing there while the
Just
wind is
watching.
doing all of this.
I'm
You
just sitting there
guys are
like,
taking
yeah.
the equivalent of an elevator through the maggot pit down to this burning citadel.
Yeah.
100%.
Only in D&D can you say that sentence.
And you best believe we're doing it in style. All right.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
So the rest of you watch as Abinthy kind of like looks at his tapestry. He's like, huh. Kind of puts his hands on his hips, looks around, sees a massive boulder, looks back at his tapestry, shakes his head no. Goes and he then takes a rock and he transforms it into a flat disc before levitating it and then poking some holes in the rock. And then he ties some ropes and then goes and attaches it to Cather's war bat.
Yeah.
And he does it all in like probably like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Easy
Doesn't
as
even-
pie. I say,
it's like, yeah.
all right, Cather, if you tug us to the place that we need to get to first, I can just drop the spell and then it'll conveniently levitate us downwards. We can hang out just on here until eventually we reach the bottom and then we're good to go.
Is there a way to like install a handrail?
Hey, wait, I have an idea.
I'm excited for it.
Okay, if we're doing that, Edward, why don't you do the little dome protection thing while we go down?
That is a brilliant idea.
That's
Lydia,
brilliant.
As you said that, I literally thought the same thing. That's a brilliant
That's
idea.
such a good idea. All right. Finally, something I can do in hell. That's not suffer. And he starts casting a spell. And
Beautiful.
humming while he does it, pretending like he is not in utter
Now,
pain.
Actually, just a second. I think we determined this before, but it might have to be on a solid thing.
Oh yeah,
This
because
technically is a
the
solid
dome-
thing.
Oh, so the dome just
I
stays.
cast it, but it just stays
the thing
behind.
levitates and the dome just stays put.
Oh,
I'm still using that spell slot. That
Let's see,
definitely
what-
happened.
Yeah, what's it called? Is this Lehman's Tiny Hut?
Lehman's
Yeah.
tiny hut. Yeah,
Haven't-
yeah.
Aventhy is like looking around, and he's like, "Oh yes, that was very well done, Aventhy. Well done." And he's like, "All right, it's time to go." And he looks around, he turns and looks at, and Edward just gives him a big
Yeah, it's
grin.
an immobile dome of
Yeah.
force. Yeah.
It
And
is
then
in-
Aventhy
Okay,
like
So
wait,
funny.
wait,
So
slab of
funny.
wait.
rock.
It would have been.
Never seen
yeah,
that happen before.
I was with you there on that one.
Hold on.
I still did it. I thought it was funny.
Wait.
I love the fact that you guys are definitely going into combat this episode, and Edward's like, "Yo, I am totally gonna waste this spell slot."
He's like, "My time is
Yeah.
now."
Even though he could totally cast it
Yeah.
as a ritual, and not. Use
I
a
did
spell
that.
slot.
That is
Actually.
fair. That is fair. You have that as a
So you guys
I'm
have
so good
15
at this
minutes of
game.
levitate then.
Let's see.
That's not
let's
enough.
See. I kind of I'm trying. I'm thinking. Okay, would it? No, maybe. I don't know. I was
Guys,
thinking
we have
maybe
10
I could
minutes to
do
get this, to be fair.
magic circle.
I mean, you could
And
inscribe it.
then
How long
just-
does the magic circle take to inscribe?
It takes a minute for me to do. It lasts an hour. I can make fiends not
Okay.
in
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
Make
that
myself
works.
not technically a fiend, and then
Do we know for sure? Do the maggots qualify as fiends? I use.
I mean, they're in
worst
hell.
comes to worst.
I
you
use
know.
my divine sense to tell if the maggots are the maggots fiends.
I say just go for it, Renaya. There's a lot of fiends here. Something's going to do something. Does that deny you
if
I'm
they're
gonna
not
say
fiends,
no,
that's
count as
kind of
creatures.
weird. What? They count as creatures? Well, yeah.
Can't
Let me see
spell
if it's
friend
creatures.
without fiend.
Renaya,
is
if
true.
you deny fiends into a magic circle, does that mean you can't be in there?
I can do the aura on myself, so then I'm not.
Oh
technically
shoot!
a-
Yes, I forget that you have that incredibly convenient spell.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. 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 yes.
Mr. DM,
Yeah, I'd say you could do magic circle on there if you want.
Okay. So these things aren't fiends, though.
No, they're not fiends. They're just animals, basically.
They're
Ah.
beasts.
They're just normal They're
Beast,
just
that's the word
really
I'm looking
big
for, yes.
maggots.
I'm still going to.
I mean, it's still a good
Probably
idea
good.
because you
It's-
know
yeah.
something could
You
fly
don't
at us
know-
from.
In the
Yeah,
pitch
we don't
black
know.
darkness.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll do the
This-
aura on myself as well.
This is either a
This
really
is-
well thought out idea or just a terrible, horrible idea.
Because maggots
I
are
like this
certainly
idea. You guys are doing
maggots
great.
are like they're really big and they're really gross, but they aren't exactly the things that I would worry about killing us in hell.
I also
You say
and
that now.
and if things go wrong, maybe try to land on them. They look kind of squishy.
Oh, yes, buoyant perhaps. like a-
Disgusting, and I don't want
That's an
to
idea.
be anywhere
like
near
a,
one.
like a large mobile pillow.
Just thinking ahead, right? Like a whoopee cushion. But
Yes.
yeah.
A whoopee what?
Probably more
You've
like
ever-
a Twinkie,
never
like
heard
if
of
you
a
stomped on
whoopee cushion?
It's like a
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
It's when they take the bladder of an animal, tie it
Anyway,
a certain way,
okay.
fill it with air, and then you sit on it, and it makes a
Whoa.
noise.
I mount my war bats.
Whoa.
Fantastic.
Yes.
You mount the
I
war
mount the
disc.
The rock.
disc.
It is a little wobbly.
The rock.
This is we do have to like spread our weight around a little bit because
you don't want to tip it too far.
yeah, it's
Could you?
once again
Oh,
I would like
God.
to refer to Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yes.
Good movie.
I knew you were going there. How did I know?
With those levitating rocks, that's what we have. So we
It's
just need
also
to-
very
Um,
the second
Can-
National Treasure movie
Is-
yes.
when they're on the
Okay.
thing.
Kath, are you like gonna be like steering this?
I'm
Okay.
pulling you guys. I'm gonna pull you guys with my war bat.
Okay.
We
I'm
can
going
hold
to
on to the rope, right?
And then
guidance, Cather.
perfect. Thank you.
Good call.
Honestly, it might be a good idea too. You guys can tie yourselves to the disc as well. That way, if something were to happen,
Yes.
Such a good idea.
We're gonna tie.
It's like it turns over and we're all just
to
hanging.
the rope. This is why I punched all those holes in there. They're just places that we can.
Seat
not
belts,
Exactly.
everybody.
Exactly.
It looks like a
Just
giant
Just
coaster.
pull out your carabiner, hook in.
We're going on a
That's
trip
right. That's right.
on a
On
rock
my favorite
in hell.
floating rock.
coaster, floating
Going
So-
through.
Coaster.
Going
the
through
house.
a pit.
Fate's Gambit.
Fate's Gambit.
Let's not get in a spider web. We
Brandon, I'm
don't
gonna
want to
cut you off.
die.
We
So
go.
just to confirm,
We do the
just to
thing.
confirm, sorry for everybody on the TikTok comments who are going to roast me for cutting them off.
How could you? 4 out of 10.
How could you?
So just to confirm, so do you have 4 ropes that are attached to the bat, or is it one corner of the circle of the rock is attached to the bat?
We've only got one rope attached to the bat, but we ourselves are tying our own bodies to the
Other 3
floating,
ropes.
levitating.
Edward
thing.
tied
Yeah.
2 ropes
Um,
to the
Okay.
coaster because he's
So that
And
way,
scared.
Cather
if
has
the
his
spell
war bat
ends-
that's going to last
Yep,
until
Cath-
it dies.
Yep.
How long does levitate last?
A levitate lasts for 10 minutes, and then the
Oh.
spell will end, and we will float slowly. So we probably have around 5 minutes left because it took a minute to inscribe that magic circle, and we've been talking for at
Oh.
least 4. So
I'll
we really
give
need
you
to get
guys.
this. To
I'll
the
give you
pit.
guys some bonus minutes. I'll say you got like 7 or 8 minutes left.
As long as we can
Bonus
get
minutes.
into the pit with the rock, and it'll just float down. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We just
Once
need
you
to.
pass, the spider webs.
We do the
I
thing.
Uh,
Ah,
We go in. We do it.
then-
The webs are
Cather has
easy. There's no
guidance.
way they could be
We just get
so.
stuck immediately.
I mean, it is a large disc
just
of
is like a
rock we have to
lid.
fit through.
can't get around
these
it.
Well,
spider
it's about.
webs.
You have to remember this pit is 1,000 feet in diameter.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
you have a 10-foot disc going through the center of this pit. You're literally like a drop
Aw.
in a bucket.
I would have
Yeah.
really hoped the rocket, like we miscalculated the rock and it just like sits on top and it doesn't fit.
Little lid on top of the maggot pit.
We're just like, well,
No,
Well.
you guys have to remember this is literally like taking the equivalent of this cup and then floating it through like a 10-gallon bucket. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like it's
easy,
you're tiny. You know,
but spider webs.
so
Anyway,
you guys mount the disc,
do the thing.
mount the war bat. Cather begins tugging you forward. It's relatively easy to tug you forward over the pit. When he starts going down, it pulls a little bit on the disc.
Yeah.
So thankfully you guys are tied in because you definitely start to grab the edge as the disc.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
and,
it's-
and
it's-
DM,
it's
and
now
to
just-
clarify, I am gonna, I'm doing a bit of a spiral. That way, it's not as much as
Wait.
sharp of a.
So-
just straight.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna go straight down. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna spiral down. But as you guys are tilted, you're now getting dizzy as he flies in circles. It's
well,
great.
okay.
okay
I
with
mean,
it.
but it's like a big circle. It's not like
Yeah,
a small
yeah.
circle.
I'm also trying to assist because I can lower it like 20 feet at a time. So I'm just slowly
Oh,
trying
good.
to keep
Perfect.
it
Great.
level with the
Yeah.
bat
Yeah.
as best I can.
Yeah,
that's
I'll
for at
say,
least 10 minutes.
go ahead. Let's just roll a performance check from both of you guys. Triple wits and Adam, triple wits and Cather, the two
I
of you
don't
guys,
suppose
just to
since
see
this
how well you
is-
sync up.
Since this is manipulating a magic spell, I could use Arcana.
No, this is
Oh,
just
well, it
actually
was
using the
worth a
spell the
shot.
way it's intended.
So using a spell, so definitely Arcana then.
I mean, you could think of it that way, but it's not that you're trying to like cast a spell in a certain way. You're trying to time how you use the spell. It's about the timing, not the actual magic.
So intelligence.
You can. All right. Okay.
Eight-
All right. I will respect that.
DM, I got an 18.
You can do an intelligence performance check.
Done. That's regardless going to be better than just a base intelligence. That's a strong 15.
Okay.
Or a base
What a
anything
snake.
charisma.
What'd you get, Catherine?
18.
Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. You guys,
Nice.
you're trying to just sync up. So yeah, I'll say it's not perfect at first, but you guys are able to sync up pretty well. So the disc is relatively flat most of the time.
Jeez, this is
Uh-huh.
so sketchy.
For those of you who aren't in control, specifically Renaya and Edward,
where
you
Let's
guys
go.
are
Out of
on
control.
this shaky disc in the middle of this inky black
Oh
pit,
no! I
where
forgot
the
to go
only
to the
other living
bathroom.
things around you
Uh-oh, you
are
made me
maggots
ink.
that are turning souls of the damned into demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that there's not demons around either. So you'll see that there's a number of
Good
cocoons
devils,
that
yeah.
are slowly like opening up, and there are demons and devils that are
Demons and
hatching and kind
and
of crawling out.
Gross.
both demons
It's-
and devils.
Sorry, just devils, not demons. We don't
I
like
was,
to do
I was
this.
gonna be real confused. Like we're just walking into a civil war right now.
Yes, exactly. From birth, they are at each other's throats. You guys make
No devils, but no demons.
You make your circles, trying to keep things wide. Renaya, all of you can see that you're getting ever so closer to this entanglement of webs. You move down another 10, 20, 30, 40 feet or so, and you are now about 20 feet above the first silky cable that comes across, and they're pretty tight knit right away. And you quickly realize that your disc will not fit through the spider
We have
webs.
to cut ourselves.
I knew it.
Can
We're
I
like a little
Eldritch
dinner
blast
plate.
it?
Can you
What's that?
Can I Eldritch
Yes.
blast it?
Yes.
Can you Eldritch blast it?
Yeah.
You can try. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, Renaya.
Yes, Renaya. Yes. Break those
Help
webs.
us.
She like climbs over, peeks over the edge. Hold on, excuse me.
Ow, ow. Your elbow went right into my spleen.
First one is an 18.
Okay.
Second one, well, on die. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add stuff. Oh God. Hold
Like a
on.
billion.
18
They're
plus
immobile webs. I think you hit, Lydia.
30, 32 for the first one.
You hit.
Please.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
and then the other one's a dirty 30. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I like that we said dirty
Eldritch
30 as if you could get a
blast.
natural 30.
On look, when it's
ha ha ha.
If you
How much
roll
damage?
a percentile.
I mean, you'd be surprised what I can do. Anyway.
You underestimate my power.
Okay.
Don't try it.
That's a
Don't try it.
6 and a 2.
For
You do
damage.
have the higher ground.
So you do 8 damage.
Oh, frick.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
you have multiple blasts, right?
That was with both of them.
Oh shoot! I thought you had like 3.
You know, for something so awesome as this, you'd think it would do more damage than 1d10.
Let me tell you, Lydia, it's all in the. If you have Eldritch Blast as a warlock, it's all in the just. I can take things that make specifically Eldritch Blast better, and then it's all I do.
Yes.
I wanted to go for it because it's a cantrip, so it wouldn't cost me spells because there's going to be
Yeah,
a
it's great.
lot of them.
No,
But
it-
you know,
it's-
this isn't. This feels like the
Yeah.
time we were at war and I shot an Eldritch Blast up, and then you guys dealt, Cather, you and Tarak dealt like 70 damage immediately after me, after I dealt like.
No. I don't remember that. All I remember is your Eldritch Blast yeeting that thing.
Yeah, you
Right.
killed this dragon.
You lean over the edge. You point your
It
finger.
was a delayed reaction.
You send a couple Eldritch Blasts.
Sure.
And they both
Right,
hit the
I
same spot.
believe
You know. And you know how like ropes and like silk and all that type of stuff. It's all like a bunch of little strings that are all
Mhm.
together. You fray a few strings.
Yay, okay. Wow, okay, that didn't work as well
Okay.
as I thought it would.
I mean, would a laser moonbeam do anything?
That's probably a
That's not a
that's
bad
probably a solid
idea.
move. Yeah, let's do that one.
A
Yes.
Renaya like scoots back from the edge and just kind of like sits there.
laser.
Yeah, I cast moonbeam.
Okay. Me of the specifics of Moonbeam.
Well, the web would need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, it fails.
Okay. If
Thank
it
goodness.
if it fails, it takes radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Wow.
I think.
I'll say at this point, you guys are also sitting about 5 minutes at this point.
Yep.
It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a fail.
Well, I did 2d10 damage as well.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong die. Where's my? There it is. 12 points of radiant damage.
That's better than mine.
Renaya's just making
you
little comments
you
off
softened
the
it at the start.
Yeah, I
started to fray.
loosened the lid.
Yeah.
Drew, you can just do that for free, right?
Yes, yes, it is my part of my moon elf lunar magic abilities.
Okay.
Moony,
I can-
moony
so
Just
I
so you
can
know,
man.
cast it once
you
per
would
day.
know that Moonbeam only affects creatures.
Well, then shoot, I don't do that.
Oh, bruh. The only other thing I can
if you
think
still,
about.
if you want to
keep
zap a few
going.
maggots,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
can
yeah.
keep,
Honestly,
like,
I
I
just
can-
say keep going with the
Honestly,
Eldritch
I
Blast.
can keep Eldritch
Unless-
Blast.
unless somebody has, like, a
Pew,
firebolt.
Pew.
How effective did this
Nah.
look? Like,
it looks like it take about 10 shots per one side of
There's-
cape.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
Okay. Well, this is not probably going to work as well as we think it is.
Yeah, you're like taking like a handgun
DM, can
to
I
like the steel
I mean,
can
can I
keep
get-
up like the Golden Gate Bridge.
Can I
Like,
get
it's
close
very,
enough to
you know-
make a swing?
sure, you can get close enough if you want.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
I
Oh,
don't. I hate
gosh.
to be this guy.
Uh huh.
I have a question.
Okay.
Please
So
save
I
us.
have things that I can do theoretically. My first question is, do I think that cold damage would be at all effective against these?
Potentially.
Thanks. Even if it's
you
just
don't-
I freeze them and then we can poke it with a stick as we go by and it just shatters.
That is a good option.
Okay.
In fact, you could freeze it and then Eldritch Blast it and it blow up.
Oh.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm
that's
thinking.
silly.
Is just make him like in the same way that you would like freeze something to make it fragile. That's what I want to do.
Crazy.
Can I just go? I say, Edward, go to the side. I need to lean over. We don't want to counterbalance too wildly. So I'm gonna slowly shift as he shifts, just like in the second
Yeah.
movie. You know the one.
Just like in National Treasure. That's the one.
Yep.
Journey to the
And I'm
center of the
going
earth.
to-
Wrong one.
Yeah. I'm
No,
going to
National Treasure, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Don't you know? It's a movie.
I'm gonna
Don't
lean over
you
the
know?
side. I'm gonna
Don't you
pull
know?
out Spell Piercer. I'm going to aim it downwards, and I'm just gonna cast Cone of Cold
Okay.
in a cone below us, so that
Yeah,
way we
yeah.
can just float straight through that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
How far down do these spider like? Are they just one layer of spider webs?
It's a thicker layer.
Okay.
So there's a good entanglement. How far does it go? 60 feet?
Yeah, like a ways.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably gonna be. It'd probably be around 150 feet of these webs,
Oof.
deep, thick.
Wow.
Might have to do this twice.
That's a lot of web.
I have
60-foot cone. Yeah.
Yes, Lydia?
I don't know if this would be helpful at all. I also have freedom of movement.
Oh.
I don't
That-
know how effective it would be if I could put it on like the bat. Maybe.
Hmm. I mean, it would stop the bat from getting stuck.
So it's touch a willing creature for the duration. Target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain. Spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause it to be paralyzed or restrained. Target can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature that has it grappled. And then finally, being underwater imposes no penalties on their movement or attacks. It's
That's a good idea. The
it's
only
4th level, and I only have 2 4th level spell slots. So if it's not going to be super helpful, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah. Well, the issue that you guys are facing right now isn't so much that it's difficult terrain that you're going through, is that there are you're physically too big to fit through the space in and of itself.
Yeah. I think it's the disc more than the bat is the problem.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I figured that.
Yeah. Okay.
Worst case scenario,
If
we
one of us
land on
get
the
in a
webs and just
bind,
cut them
though,
away as
like
we go.
if like one of us falls off the disc and gets stuck in a spider web, then it'll be real.
I mean, I was gonna
I
say,
mean-
Yeah.
worst comes to
I mean,
worst, Cather
honestly-
could just jump onto it and then just hack away, and then
Yeah,
tell the
that's-
bat, and then tell the bat to go through.
I mean, yeah, we can just keep the rock until the rock stops, and then just
Yeah.
you know.
The rock lands and then we're just like, yeah, until it,
we all just go at it.
theoretically
I
too.
can cast Cone of Cold twice, like in deal the
I like this.
20 feet.
The only thing I got is shatter, which is like wouldn't be very
It
consistent.
would.
So
I mean, it would break the frozen things.
Ice, yeah.
I guess.
it would. Yeah.
Let's do
I
that.
just want
not
to
that
also be
big.
careful because I know we're probably going to be fighting Belle.
Oh, this one. This isn't
Yeah.
even through my spell slots. This is through my staff. So
yeah.
I'm
I'd say
Ooh.
let's go with the Cone of Cold and then try to see if the
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast can explode the ice. And
start,
if we
let's
have
start
to,
with the staff, baby.
if we have to, we can use something a little more powerful to make the ice explode.
Sounds good.
Like
So
I like the idea.
will-
Happen-
I lean
like
over the
shatter.
edge. I Cone of Cold.
Ah.
The spider webs.
Yeah.
for 60
This
feet down.
it's what is it? A 20-foot diameter?
It's a 60-foot radius. So
It's a 60-foot cone.
It
60-foot
ends at a
radius?
60 well,
Yeah.
no, a 60-foot cone. So it ends at a 60 feet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
Like,
at the end of it, it's 60
cone.
feet long and 60 feet wide.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you guys blast through these steel-like cables almost, and instantly they are covered with this frost and ice that has been built up on it. Renai, do you cast Eldritch Blast?
Start firing.
Pew pew.
The nice part is we just need to break the webs. Like we don't need a solid thing because you break one web and then it'll swing away. So
Mhm. You guys begin going through, and it does exactly what you hoped that it would do. You shoot the web, it shatters in a spot, it kind of swings down, and you guys start going through as Renaya just shoots away and kind of clears a path for you guys. As you continue to descend, there is something that you notice that is really disconcerting, but at the moment has no effect.
that's good.
As you guys are going through freezing these cables and shooting at them, you are noticing that these maggots have begun to slither their way and wriggle their way from the cocoons onto the webs and going towards you guys, like trying to get as close as they can to you guys before they fall into the pit of darkness as the cable swings away or whatever. So they're like
Pranked.
they're like with no care for their own lives, trying to get to you guys.
Well,
sure
they
this
are
is
dumb maggots. So,
I mean,
good riddance.
this is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
It's fine.
do I need to do the spell twice, I'd assume, because you said it was
Mhm.
like 100 feet thick or something
Yep.
like that. Sweet.
Yep.
You guys go through and you get about 30 feet down to the first one. And Edward.
Hi. What
Of course it's
happens
Edward.
to
I knew
me?
it would
Why
be.
is it me?
Odd
What
or
is
even?
happening to me?
No, this is just to see what happens. Odd or even.
Oh gosh. Here, I'm gonna let the dice decide. The dice rolled a 3, which means I'm not gonna listen to them, and I'm gonna go with even.
Okay.
That was a
Because
mistake.
you know I have bad luck when it comes to dice.
You
So-
all, specifically Abinthy, Renaya, and Edward, you guys are going through. Renaya, you're leaning over, you're shooting things. Triple Wits is also
Pew,
leaning
pew,
over, getting ready to
pew,
catch things.
pew.
Edward, you're sitting there, you're trying to keep things balanced. You're
Just
kind of
looking around.
good.
Yeah, trying to help him out, I guess.
a maggot
Oh.
falls onto
Oh!
your disc. I'll have all of you go ahead and just
No!
make dexterity saving throws.
No!
And Grant, this is why you go with what the dice tell you.
Uh-oh.
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
Uh-oh. Lydia, it looks like you got a good one.
I got a natural 20 for a 22.
Nice.
Well, I got a...
You got.
You go
what?
first.
Let me math this real quick. That is 17 for me.
Oh, I got a nat 1.
So
I told you the dice are mean to me.
Well,
you didn't
look,
listen to
you
him.
didn't listen to them.
Why?
You
You
rolled
literally
odd
were
and
like,
you
"Oh,
said
it's
even.
bad."
No, Grant, you
bad.
literally looked at the dice and said, I'm gonna let you decide. Heck you.
JK.
And then
You can't blame
So,
the dice.
I'm gonna
You
Gangnam
guys
style
hear
on my
this
dice, dude.
thud as this 6-foot maggot lands on this disc, and it kind of writhes around and is not having a good time. Edward, freak out. Okay, this maggot lands right in front of you. Triple Wits, you kind of like look back and you're like, it's okay. Renat, you don't even, you're not worried about it. You're just shooting away. You didn't even feel the disc move or anything like that.
oh,
Edward,
turbulence.
Juice is in my mouth.
you got a nat 1, you say?
Yeah, also thanks for the sub, Shraden. Yes. Wait, what? Did you ask me? I just said yes.
No, you're good. You're good. This maggot falls, lands with like kind of writhes around for a little bit, and yeah, there's a little bit of an explosion. Some guts.
Explosion?
a
juicy.
small pop, if you will.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, gross.
Ah,
It writhes around for about 2, 3, 4 seconds
it's like a living
before
turd.
it goes completely still.
Kick it off.
That's
Kick it
super.
off.
You
Kick it
watch
off. I
for
kick
just
it
a
off.
It melts into 100, 200, 300 actual sized maggots that
Ew.
swarm towards you.
That is so gross.
Okay, so far I'm
really
missing
need
what
to
the
act
point with of
faster.
the deck save was.
I
Dex
got
save was to
that
see if they
one.
fell off the disc.
Yeah.
And
So Edward with a natural one didn't fall off the disc.
It was I assume that it was a group check to see if we could counterbalance as this thing landed.
no,
and
they were
two-thirds
fine.
of us succeeded.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay, so they
That's what I
they
took it as.
succeeded on the deck save as a group.
yes, in total, Edward is not having a good time. Edward does a 20 hit.
Yeah, of course a 20 hits me.
Okay,
Sorry, that was
Your
rude.
AC is better now.
you are
Yes,
infested.
a 20 hits me. But honestly, not by much.
I need to
Wait, I'm infested?
That's
Oh,
not good.
buddy.
You've got a paladin. It'll be fine.
infested.
Okay.
To kick
Maggots
at this
can,
maggot to knock it off, and it erupts into these hundreds of maggots that immediately swarm. They crawl up your boot and into your pants. You feel them writhing up your legs. They're under your
Alright.
shirt. They're coming up. It's the worst, most disgusting, gross feeling.
Get him up! Get him up! He is writhing on the ground like firemen roll, like patting. You're
Edward,
worried he's
careful,
gonna
we're
go
on a
off the
rock.
edge. Oh,
Oh,
the rock is shaking. He's yelling. It's just chaos.
You have all these little tiny bites biting you all over as
buddy.
it's going.
Oh gosh.
Do you have anything you can do about that, Renaya?
I can Eldritch Blast Edward.
You take
Jeez,
8
that was-
points of piercing damage. And yeah, you now have to get rid of those from you.
Yeah, I do.
We're gonna go ahead and just for the sake of it, we're gonna go ahead and roll whatever it is, initiative. It's been a while since we've played this game.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I'll say mine. Might as well. I got a 14.
You go
Wait.
first then.
I go first with a 14.
They're
Is it
grubs.
just,
Maggots.
is it
Oh, I thought
just,
everybody was rolling.
Edward going?
The rest of you on your turn, it'll be you guys versus the maggots. We'll do that. How about that?
Like all of us? Okay.
All of you guys.
Versus the mag. I
Catherine
see.
can't
I
really do
see.
a whole lot aside from shoot you, I
I
guess.
mean,
but
I'm on a warbat, dude. Like
you're guiding.
You guys are on your own.
right? Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
what would
well-
you guys like to do?
I suppose I will I might as Oh, that's a bad idea. Sorry, I came up with a bad idea. Can I like silvery probably silvery barbs wouldn't do anything. Do any of you have any ideas? So to keep me
I
from
can
rambling?
stop- I mean, I have a way to get them off of you.
I mean,
Anything
anything is welcome. Edward
How
doesn't
much
quite
health
know
do
what
you
to do. Enough, probably.
Okay,
We're,
well,
we're
I
gonna
can,
have
so
to
I
take
can-
another long rest once we get to the
Okay,
bottom of this
I-
pit.
I can. Okay, which would be more helpful? Guidance or resistance for Edward? Resistance would give you a D4 to add to a saving throw, and then
I can cast Moonbeam.
guidance
on
would
I
be
vote
to an
resistance.
ability check.
I vote
you should
resistance.
probably go with Drew's for that one.
him. I can cast
I was-
Moonbeam on Edward and roast the maggots.
I love this idea.
Because let me tell you, the only thing that I have that would do anything similar is lightning bolt. So you should
best part
probably go with,
is
with his.
If you
wait.
resistance me, then
Renata,
I can
Did you decide were you going to cast guidance or resistance? Did you decide?
place resistance.
Do you want me to do that? That's what I
Yes,
was
because
asking.
if you cast resistance on me, then if he casts Moonbeam, then I can use that for my saving throw on Moonbeam and take less damage.
Yes.
Okay.
I think this is a great
that-
plan.
So
I am
now
now resistant.
Like you look over your shoulder while still firing Eldritch Blast because you're a baller. You look over your shoulder and you see Edward like
He's taking off his
You look
clothes.
past Edward. You see Cather roll his eyes,
wait.
stand up, And he's about to cast Moonbeam, a spell you've seen him cast many times.
Yeah, you
What
see
would
his
you like to
hands
do?
glow
I
like
see
this kind of
Cather
light
enter
blue,
moon
purple.
mode, and I just go, okay. And I like tap
Moon
Edward and then
mode.
go back to Eldritch Blast.
Help!
All right,
Help!
cool. So Edward,
Hang in there, buddy.
Edward, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Add a D4.
The bugs got a 5.
Yeah, no, they fail.
Cool.
Okay.
That would be unfortunate.
With
if
that,
they-
with that added D4. Oh boy. That's a 6.
Okay. You also fail, but
I rolled a 3 on die.
you'll take less damage because of resistance. So that's 10 points of radiant damage.
Ah!
As Edward and the maggots are engulfed in holy fire.
Yeah, you blast this beam of holy light down onto this disc. Edward, you're smoking. You have the most disgusting, pungent smell of burning bugs filling your nostrils. Unfortunately, about half of the grubs did survive.
Okay, well, I mean,
What?
Moomoo's gonna stay on
All
him
right.
then.
Well,
Just keep
okay. Look, my
showering
guidance
in
didn't
the-
work
in
before,
the
so I'm going
beam.
to use my turn to heal you. So you're going to be okay next one.
Let's
I'm gonna use
go.
Ruat.
Yeah.
Can I use my turn? Since we're now where we need to be for the floating thing, I don't need to maintain concentration on levitate, so we can
Mhm.
just start to descend slowly downwards. I am going to switch it up, and I'm going to cast above us Wall of Force, in kind of a
Yeah.
like it's gonna have a flat surface at the top, and then it's just going to have like a
Yeah,
slanted
kind of a
edges,
pyramid-esque
so
type
that way,
thing.
just like an umbrella. So
Yeah,
they'll just
yeah.
fall around us instead
Yes,
of
the
onto
maggots
us.
no longer fall onto you guys. That's a great idea. Renaya, what did you get for your Ruat?
How much
cast?
health?
You get
did you
9
have?
back.
Nice.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm doing fine,
You've
right?
out healed the maggot damage.
So
Ow.
you tap him with
Oh,
Ruat,
I think you.
fill up your wounds.
I think you got him. Wait, no! He starts freaking out again. One's in his ear.
Hit
You
him
can tell
again.
because he's
Hit him
hitting his
again.
ear.
Don't you hit it
that would
in.
The
be-
worst
that'd
ones
be-
are the ones that are in his
Out,
beard.
Out.
Those are
That'd
the ones
be-
that are the worst. The one that are like
Beard. What's
your
wrong
beard.
with you?
Nine-
Why would
nine
you say
points
that?
you as
of
uncomfortable as
damage.
possible.
9 points of damage on the second round.
Con save.
Oh, I got a con save.
Please tell me
Nat
it's
one.
at 1 HP.
Wow.
Oh,
That's 2 nat runs out of I think 3 checks.
Nat
today.
runs.
Nat
Wow.
runs.
Hey, you're
It
getting
is
them
a
out
nat
early.
run. It's a nat 1 run at this point.
Nice.
So you take 9 more points. Cather,
Oh,
there's still a
jeez.
few, you know,
So-
there's still, but you
Ooh,
see them
here.
mostly like right up the
Edward,
back.
Edward, Edward, stop moving. Stop moving. There's just a little bit more. Just hold on. I almost got it.
I'm trying.
Ooh, that one's gonna
This is the most effective.
8 points of damage.
This
There you
Oh
go.
my
movie,
gosh.
All right, I'm
is-
going to do another Rua.
it's exfoliating. You're revealing the freshest layer of skin.
Yeah.
You know the
like
fish,
16
like
con
the
save.
dead skin cells off your feet and stuff. That's what it
your
feels like.
calluses are gone.
Stop that.
We're
the smoothest you have ever been.
16 con save for the damage. Is that enough, Drew?
16, yeah, is the.
So you only take
Yay, I take 4 damage.
Edward,
How much you heal
Edward,
me?
heal 11.
Oh, see? 1 step. Wait, back
Yeah,
2
you're
steps
good.
forward.
You're good.
one step
Kind
closer to the edge, and I'm about to.
Edward
DJ
is laying there.
for the rest of duration of Moonbeam, it's just gonna like rotate around us and just bzzz.
Cool.
Edward is
It's just gonna be a
laying
bug
there
zapper.
Yeah.
So you
in shock, and he's just sizzling.
Yeah. No,
Those
everyone is
lines.
Silver
sizzling.
is like pulling the like
Hundreds
dried
of
ones
little
out of your,
bugs
like,
around him
hair.
that are sizzling.
Edward's
Oh,
just like
no.
shaking.
It's okay. It's okay.
His
Oh, I
hair's
still
all
feel them.
frizzy.
I still feel them. I
They're not there anymore. Okay, that one is in your hair. Okay, hold on. And it's-
Get it out.
You do,
Get
you do
it
pull
out.
out the like
Working
last
on
surviving
it.
live one, Renai, and you're like holding it between your fingers, and it's like
Pockets
just
comes
chuck it
comes
on.
over and eats it.
Clothes, Renaya.
yeah, Pocket starts going through his hair like a monkey and just like eating.
Pockets is at the
little
bottom of
ones.
the pit, so you just perfectly
Oh.
throw it.
Pockets.
Ah! Yeah, Aventhy is just standing there looking like. "Doof, As he like land on his wall of force. He's like, you know, I considered doing this beforehand, but I thought, what's the chances, right? I've been proven wrong.
Maggots.
I would
Why'd
just like
it
to take
have to be maggots?
I would just like to take a pause in this game to do two things. Compliment my players on their creativity. First of all, this has been amazing with your creativity. Also, this has been so perfect for what I wanted to happen. It was not what I expected.
I'm real
but
happy for
I really
you.
just wanted Edward to get covered in maggots.
Wow.
Problem
It really
solved.
worked out for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
I
great.
knew
Honestly,
how purposeful it was. There was no like,
I am-
roll a
I
die
am
to
so
see
happy.
which one the maggot lands by. It was Edward.
yeah.
At
Yeah.
least he's sizzling now.
Yeah,
He
that's
is
right.
sizzling.
He real
This is
hot.
the
You
best
guys
that Edward's ever
begin
Medium
made.
making your
rare.
way back through, casting another cone of cold, shooting them with Eldritch Blasts. That second cone of cold is able to get through the vast majority of the rest of these webs, to the point where you guys can maneuver through the last like 10 or so feet of these webs without having to blast them with the cone of cold and use another spell slot and all that type of stuff.
Nice.
You guys finally make your way through this filter of sorts, these webs. You keep the wall of force going for as long as it can.
Yeah, as soon as we're
Um,
down, I tell Cather to move us away from the hole where the maggots are falling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because it's a pretty big pit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they just
Um,
and then it just rains maggots for like the next 10 minutes.
It's a gross
It's
sensation.
raining maggots.
Ew.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, it's raining maggots.
Oh man. Okay. You guys. Sorry.
We've had so many
Oh,
like
man.
movie and song references already.
Hey, we're thriving over here.
Can I say one quick thing?
Yes,
As we
please.
Yeah.
descend for this like hour of slow
Please
descent,
make a joke.
I will turn to Edward and I'll say, Edward,
What?
what do you say to after this, assuming that we all make it out of here alive? This is open invitation, by the way. What would you say to a some time in the sauna?
Yes, please.
Good. I feel like you could use it. Open
Yes.
invitation. Feel free. I mean, anyone can stop by. You may not know, but Edward and I have a bit of a
I
tradition.
don't want to take my clothes off. I can feel them. I don't want to. They're all over me. I don't want to see it.
Do I need to use lay on
I
hands
wish I
to,
was blind.
like mentally cure Edward of his
Oh, This
trauma?
condition, this trauma.
That would take
No.
a therapist.
yeah, and you know, this is a little
I-
early for
Leon's therapy.
Lay on
self-help
therapy.
movement.
Oh my
Haven't happened
gosh.
yet.
So yeah,
Yes,
you guys
please,
now
sauna,
begin
please.
your descent into the pit. After probably about 10 minutes, you guys can no longer see the light from above you, and there's no light beneath you.
Lovely.
You're not sure if this is a natural darkness or a magical darkness, or if it's just distance, but it is pitch black to the point where you can't even see your hand in front of your face if it was this close. Just completely pitch black, no light at all.
Dark vision doesn't work either.
Your dark vision allows you to kind of see fairly close to you.
Are we able to like make out each other or no?
I'll say because I think all of you have dark vision.
Well,
Not
the
me.
human doesn't.
But I was going to say I have the spell Dancing Lights. So
That'd be good.
I'm gonna
Does
make,
Edward?
I'm gonna.
You might want to be careful. I don't know what else we're gonna see down here, but
I'm sure
You
I'll
Does
just
that-
turn them off
He's-
if it's
Well,
too bad.
globes
I'll
of
put
light
them
that gently
below the
float.
platform so that way it creates a nice underlighting.
There's just an eerie glow around you
Yeah.
guys.
So it's not too bright.
Edward looks really closely, really tries to focus, and just barely makes out Cather.
Yeah,
It's really
who's
hard
like
'cause he's-
who's like 10 feet away from you guys with the.
I just had to say the sentence.
Yeah.
It's like kissing. It's a
You
joke, but it's in the dark. Fine. Move on.
Hey,
You guys-
not all of them could be banged.
Just in land.
You guys continue on forever. You know, it's that type of a movement where you feel like you've gone for like 3 hours and you check your watch and it's been 3 minutes. You know, it's just that- dreary,
Mhm.
ongoing, always continuing, always the same, always black, nothing.
But it's got to be kind of pretty with the dancing lights now, right? Or at least, if anything, a unique experience. You know,
It would
flashes of webs and maggots and
be if
whatever.
it wasn't the fact that every once in a while, through the darkness, you see almost a hint of glowing eyes.
It's like the one
Okay.
the tunnel in like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate. Which one? It was one of
It's
them.
Willy
Both.
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The,
It's the
like,
name of
Charlie
the
and the
movie.
chocolate.
The like scary tunnel thing.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
like
that
the
freaked
original,
me
or
out
is it
as a
talking about
kid.
the one with Gene Wilder.
The,
I'm
Yes,
pretty
the
sure
old
that's
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have
You
to
haven't seen the original?
Both of
Get
them
out
are
I'm
weird.
sorry. I know.
no,
I'm the
no,
movie
no.
guy and I haven't
He's
seen
like,
it. I'm sorry.
There's no way of
It's so
knowing.
classic. The
Yes, it is
Candyman
not.
can,
We are
DJ. The
going.
Candyman can.
Anyway.
Take the sunrise.
The eerie, glowing eyes that shift and watch you every once in a while before turning away. Yeah, exactly. With little, scorpion sounds or rattles and all that type of stuff. It's irritating.
Hey,
Edward
what are you
starts
looking at?
doing creepy
Hey, how are you doing?
And we're just
Ew. Cather.
Sup, dog? Come here often?
Maggots crawling on my leg.
Shut up, Edward.
Edward starts quoting bad poetry. As his coping mechanism.
Poetry that he wrote.
Exactly. You guys continue on forever. I will need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom
The
saving
end.
throws.
You continue descending the pit forever. The end.
25.
17.
25, 17, cool.
16.
Okay,
32.
beautiful. You all are
Jeez.
able to, all of you experience at one moment or
Mental
another
fortress.
this maddening effect. The darkness kind of closes in. You feel the irritation raise, and you can feel your psyche bending as it's straining against the circumstances, but you're all able to resist, not taking on a condition of madness. You all descend, and almost you all seem to feel this kind of at the same time. It seems like as you kind of look around, you can kind of see that everybody is like battling their demons for a second.
This is nothing compared to the darkness that haunts me every day.
As soon as you all make your way through that, moments later, there's a glint of light beneath you. Almost like
Hey.
a firefly in a pitch black sky.
Hey. Hey, everybody.
What? What?
Do you see that? Finally. For a moment, I was wondering if we were dead.
No, it would look much different if we were dead.
You
It
continue
actually
down.
might look pretty close to this for me, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, Renaya and
Yeah, this is pretty par for the course, yeah.
Aren't we supposed to avoid the light
At the end of the tunnel?
at the end
No,
of the tunnel?
you have to embrace it. The
Says
light
God.
grows steadily from a tiny pinprick to a small circle until eventually you can see the differences in the flicker. And what really gets you is the smell after a little while. This burning flesh and sulfur that is a little bit more pungent than the rest of Avernus. Has a lot more kind of acidity to it. It kind of has a burn in your nose and has almost this gagging effect. Like you smell it and it's that instant like that smells like I want to throw up is kind of the sensation. But you continue further down until eventually you can hear the gentle roar of fire burning and you can see the flickers, and you get closer and closer and closer until about a few hundred feet beneath you, you can see the burning citadel beneath you. like I said, it's a smaller castle-like structure where there is the outer walls, and then there's an actual keep as well. And where the two, so there'd be, like on a traditional castle, it's kind of square-like, and there'd be 4 towers on each corner. The 2 towers that would be in the keep on the back side are, instead of towers, they're these roaring furnaces that are constantly spewing this smoke and causing the light and the source of your putrid smell that you're experiencing. As you're now getting closer and there's a natural light to it, you can also see faint shimmers that are slowly floating down past you as well, that make their way towards the furnace before being engulfed in flames. And every time that one of these enters, there's a small flash of this kind of like silvery light. It's not like a bright, I guess it would be considered kind of closer to a white light rather than kind of a yellowish light. But this silvery burn as these souls continue to fuel the flames. What would you guys like to do?
Show City.
Is there a place to land?
The pit in and of itself is still 1,000 feet in diameter. The keep in and of itself is probably closer to 500 feet. And so there is a diameter or an area around it, as the keep is centered in the in the pit.
Okay, yeah, and it's not like we get to like the bottom and like it opens up to this large like cavern. It's like literally just
it's just a cylinder. It's like someone took a cylinder out of the ground, and that's the maggot pit.
Yeah,
I'd imagine it's just like a dark, like endless darkness, and then just like a circle of light around the citadel, right? That's probably all it looks like. Okay, everybody, I think we should stay stealthy. Goes without saying.
Speak mentally.
Yeah, we've all been communicating mentally this whole time.
No, you're good. Whatever you say, you just say
whisper because we have mental speak.
All the demons look up, snap at Edward. Yeah, Edward says that in everybody's brains. Then I guess perhaps we should park in the darkness or something.
Park in the darkness.
Yes.
Fantastic to me. Yeah. Cather will make sure like to kind of land as far away from the citadel as possible, and in kind of the darkish, kind of corner, like behind something if possible, even too.
There's nothing to hide behind, as it's just the pit, and then there's the citadel that rises out of the floor. You get close to the wall, and you realize that the wall in and of itself is covered in things that move and creep and crawl. You can't tell what they are or what it is or anything like that, but you quickly realize that you don't want to be particularly close to the wall either, and so you decide to settle for kind of that Goldilocks right in the middle. You're not landing in the keep, but you're not really near the wall either. You're kind of about 250 feet between you guys on either side. As you look towards the keep, it's kind of like a nether fortress is the best way to describe it. It's kind of a maroon brick fortress with a lot of deterioration as well. There's broken pillars in sections of the wall. There's piles of bricks that have been broken off from the wall. And then you can also see that there's like a basalt or obsidian accents to it. So there'll be random bricks that kind of add texture, or the 2 front towers are made out of that kind of more of a basalt with the kind of maroon bloodstained bricks in front of it. And then the keep in and of itself is actually rather organic in shape. Instead of it being a lot of crisp square lines, there's a lot of like bulbs, almost like it was grown. This keep was like grown out of the ground, kind of like a tree trunk. And then the walls were built from that. It's kind of more the thing the vibe that you get. You guys land. It's a really loose shale-like rocky landscape that you would land on.
It's Chaucy.
Chaucy.
It's very Chaucy. Yes. If you guys have ever been, I don't know, I know Drew has, but I don't know about the rest of you guys. If you've ever been to a place where there's been a lot of volcanic activity, where there's a lot of small pieces of obsidian and pumice stone, stuff like that, it's kind of that landscape for those of you who have been
just like
there.
a giant mound of gravel.
Yeah.
I got it. I lived on a gravel drive.
I lived on a volcano, so I know.
Fair enough.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Okay,
Oh,
should
I don't
send
know.
pockets ahead?
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Look for
Yeah.
a stealthy entrance.
You
That's
guys
such a good
land.
idea. That's such a good idea.
You guys land, and you kind of all take a breath, having gotten here. And then Renaya, you feel something crawling up your back, as then Pockets like pops his head over your shoulder.
Don't do that. We just encountered a lot of maggots. It was bad. Okay, I need you to go ahead again. Okay, you keep like pouting, but it's what you're so good at. You're my scout.
As he starts like moving forward.
Wait,
Now,
pockets,
question.
pockets.
Question.
She like pulls out one of the little maggots.
He
Oh.
kind of like takes a step closer. Takes another step closer.
Let's eye
Before he just like scuffles forward and almost like engulfs your whole hand as he
Oh,
goes.
she's like used to it. Like she's like lost like a tip of her finger before.
Yeah. As he eats this demon, it's about the size of a medium-sized dog, like goes for this 1 centimeter maggot. But he has a grand old time,
Okay.
like a gusher for him.
It,
Yeah.
No,
if
Ew.
now question.
Roasted guy.
So
that's
if
gross,
if
disgusting.
Renaya mentally communicates with Pockets and we're all mentally linked,
Oh yeah, you can all hear it.
we can all hear Pockets.
And Pockets'
you-
voice
Wait,
is
like they
Pockets.
can wait.
Hello.
Can we
Pockets is
hear?
not
Wait,
attached to
hold
the
on.
link.
We can hear every single thought all of us are thinking.
Well, no.
Oh
No,
gosh.
so when you deliberately communicate with another creature, you guys
Okay,
can
so it
hear
has
that.
to
Like
be
like
delayed.
we
And so-
you have to
Pockets
focus.
is not connected to your guys' link specifically, so you guys can't hear what Pockets is saying. But because it's the same